In my therapy practice, I specialize in addiction and addictive behaviors, but I also work with all kinds of different issues across the board. So really anything that a client comes in with, anything that they present in terms of issues, that's what we deal with. So I work with depression, anxiety, childhood trauma, chronic illness, really meeting a client where they are with what's bothering them at that time is what's important. People who go to 12-step meetings believe that addiction is a disease. Clearly there's brain involvement in addiction. There's, the pleasure center and the endorphins, and also there's withdrawal, and there are cravings, and it's prone to relapse, which means that there is brain involvement. So it's got a physical component, there's no question about that. I think for me, I have difficulty seeing it as a disease, probably because I've had my own personal experience with illness, with having a disease. And what I know is that I can't just say to myself, gee, I think I won't have Crohn's anymore. Somebody with cancer or diabetes, something like that, can't be thinking, gee, I think I just won't have this anymore. You can do that with addiction. Not that it's that simple. There's work to be done, but people do not have to do the addictive behavior that they're involved in. So they can stop, which puts the addiction at rest. For me, the way I understand addiction is that it's a symptom. It's only a symptom of what lies underneath. We use addiction, any kind of addictive behaviors, in order to change how we feel. When we think of addiction, we usually just think of alcohol and drugs, but there are so many other kinds of addictive behaviors that people use. In my practice, what I work with I work with alcohol and drugs, but I also work with mood-altering behaviors, such as eating disorders, smoking, gambling, compulsive overspending, sex addiction, relationship addiction. There's a new addiction on the block, and that is internet addiction. And it's so new that we really don't know what the ramifications are going to be in the future. But right now what we know is that with internet addiction, people are not as social as they used to be with each other. And this is creating a problem in our society, especially for people who are more introverted, who are shyer. It's easier for them to be social on the internet. It's easier for them to have chats and communication, emails, whatever, with people that they don't have to actually get dressed and leave the house to meet. So social skills are becoming a problem with internet addiction. Also, we're living in a situation where it's immediate gratification. We can get information immediately, and I think across the board, our society is looking at instant gratification. We see it in our food, we see it in all kinds of ways. That's not really how life is, So the internet is kind of preparing us for a world that really doesn't exist out there. If you're somebody who's struggling with addiction or mental health issues, what I'd like to say to you is to have compassion for yourself. Know that there are reasons for why you've chosen certain ways of being, and that you can change anything. You can make anything in your life better, as long as you care enough about yourself to do that. Shame keeps us stuck in these situations, so rather than feeling shame about your situation, see if you can take some steps to changing the situation so that you can start to feel better about yourself, because that's what it really takes. And you have every right to live a life where you're feeling good about yourself. So for people who have tried to stop and who have felt like they're discouraged in terms of making that choice, what I would say is just keep trying. Keep trying and see if you can work with somebody who can help you get underneath the symptom of addiction to what it is that's really going on for you. Because once we have that self-awareness and we know why we're wanting to hurt ourselves in the first place, that's when we can stop.